The Goldenseal patch is pretty nice. And you will see right over here, one of the fruits, these are the Goldenseal fruits, right here. And one of them is starting to turn red. When they are ripe, they are bright red. And so if you ever come across Goldenseal in the wild, which is highly unlikely, but if you ever did, and you want to spread it out, you gather some of those red ripe fruits and just, you know, spread them around so that it can seed. Mostly Goldenseal spreads by rhizome, by underground runner. And Hydrastis, Goldenseal, is probably the richest known source of the isoquinoline alkaloid berberine. So berberine is having a moment. You know, it's the herbal alternative to Ozempic. Well, that's, excuse my French, that's bullshit. It is not an herbal, you know, it is not. Berberine is an interesting substance as an isolated alkaloid. The problem is with berberine, very similar to the problem with the curcuminoids and turmeric, is berberine is poorly absorbed and quickly excreted. So therefore, pure berberine is not a great substance. Interestingly enough, there are other isoquinoline alkaloids in Goldenseal or in barberry or in Oregon grapefruit or Chinese coptis or huangbai that enhance the absorption of the berberine without adding anything. But I would also point out to you that, and while this plant has probably more berberine than any, Chinese coptis is probably close in the berberine content. They're the two strongest. And Goldenseal, the specific indications, it's used for mucous membrane tissue that is boggy, atonic, with a tendency to over-secrete and bleed. So wherever that makes sense, gingivitis, gastric ulcers, intravaginally for, like, you know, cervicitis, for things, tissue, mucous membrane tissue that is boggy, atonic, you know, over-secreting or bleeding, or gets infected easily, that's where you want to use Hydrastis. You know, does it stimulate liver function? Sure it does, but you don't need an endangered species to stimulate liver function. We have tons of other things that can do the same thing. So you want to sort of save it for where it works. But this plant also contains another isoquinoline alkaloid called hydrastine, which is not found in any other plant. It has never been found in any other plant. And hydrastine is a mucous membrane tonic. So that is one of the reasons this plant, it's not the berberine. The berberine has certainly antifungal, antibacterial, air quotes, antiviral activity, but it is the hydrastine, which is used as a tonic for mucous membrane tissue, that is unique to this plant. So again, you know, one of the places where I would use this is somebody with a gastric ulcer or, you know, duodenal ulcer, something like that, or even maybe like a ileitis or something of that nature. It makes perfect sense. It does work nicely as a mouthwash, but, you know, there you could probably get away with using one of the other sort of berberine containing plants. But it is a remarkable medicine.